This is Win News.
Tonight, the Coalition calls victory in the seat of Dawson. Countdown on for the beginning of furfural production. And calls for more tax incentives in regional areas. Good evening, I'm Samantha Heathwood. George Christensen has finally claimed victory in the federal seat of Dawson. The LNP representative says he's glad he can finally get on with helping people in the region. Three independents have signalled they may support different parties to get what they believe is best for regional areas. Bob Catter, Tony Windsor and Rob Oakeshott now effectively decide who forms government. After almost a decade in the making, the region's furfural plant is less than a week away from kicking off production. Industry members say the plant is one of only 3 in the world to head down this track. A new tax policy could be the key to spreading the state's rapidly growing population. The federal government is being asked to increase the tax rebate for people living in regional and remote areas. Whitsunday Regional Council has received a helping hand with $4.5 million in disaster relief funding. It'll help council meet the cost of emergency repairs required after Cyclone Louis. The state government funds will help cover the cost of removing debris from roads, parks and gardens and repairing pavements, bridges and drains. The state government's recommendations to tackle alcohol-fuelled violence are in the spotlight. Even though Mackay missed out on a trial position, the City's Safe Committee is endeavouring to keep the city heart incident-free. Mackay's peak social development organisation is widening its focus to assist communities that aren't receiving enough support. Formed in 1974, the group has changed its name to the Regional Social Development Centre. The centre will encompass the Mackay, Whitsunday and Isaac regions. Up next, a piece of paradise up for sale, then the unique getaway just for men. Welcome back, you're watching Win News. If you're looking for your own piece of paradise, you may just be in luck. The lease on Victor Island, just off the coast of Mackay, is up for sale. The island produces all of its own water and electricity requirements. A 4-bedroom lodge is included with the 3-hectare property. The island goes to tender on September 23rd. As experts appeal for more mental health funding, a Mackay community group is providing an avenue for men doing it tough. The Men's Shed gives locals the chance to work together and discuss issues they're dealing with. Now to Fuel Watch, and the cheapest place to fill up around town today was at the United on Sydney Street. Unleaded could be found for $1.23.5, while diesel could be purchased for $1.29.7. A program using art to generate a sense of place in regional communities is on show in Mackay. A group of artists are touring Australia using art to help understand how people's history and experiences shape their perception of home. Sports next, and Dan, league finals take centre stage.
Yes, Sam, South meet Moranbah in local league, more on the big game next, and the Cutters prepare for their first Queensland Cup final series. Welcome back, you're watching Win Sport. The Mackay Cutters move into uncharted territory this weekend when they contest the Queensland Cup finals for the first time. They meet the Sunshine Coast in a must-win game. Southern Suburbs will need to be at their best if they are to make it back-to-back Mackay Rugby League premierships. The Sharks faltered against Brothers last weekend and now face the in-form Moranbah. Cowboys veteran Matt Bowen will notch up his 200th NRL appearance against the Roosters tomorrow night. It'll be an emotional one, with the club set to say goodbye to several long-term players. Bit of racing now, and here's Ian Joblin with all the winners.
Well, folks, if you're having a punt tomorrow, best of luck for Win News. Ian Joblin, have a great weekend.
Thank you, Ian, and Sam, that's the night in sport.
Thank you, Dan. Stay with us. Peter Byrne has the weather next, and then Friday's fishing report.
Good evening once again, weather watchers. Well, warm temperatures today have heralded the third day of spring over all of eastern Queensland. And aren't the Californian poppies? You recognise that? You probably don't, but these were taken in Rockhampton's Botanic Gardens a couple of days ago. Aren't they magnificent? And they're certainly enjoying this change of season. Now, the warm spell, however, will not last long. With once that trough goes through late Sunday, expect well below average daytime maxima. And thanks to Rick Island tonight for that magnificent photograph, the Californian poppies. I've got a few growing in my garden as well. Followed by the summary. Taking all that on board, have a great weekend and enjoy the rain. Now it's back to Sam.
Thanks, Pete. Now it's time for fishing. Here's Clinton Hassan.
Good evening, folks. Looks like a glorious spring weekend coming up. With some mild northeasterly winds, should see the mackerel, barra and reef fish start to chew. Until next Friday, have a safe weekend and just remember, every day is a great day for fishing.
Certainly is. Have a good night.
Good night.
This has been a Win News presentation from Win Television, Australia's largest commercial television network.